Hello there, Leo. It is time for your full moon reading. We have a full moon this weekend. We're going to look at what that full moon is bringing for you. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Melissa, and I do the zodiac readings based on the new moon and the full moon. So the new moon where we were setting intentions, and now to the full moon where those intentions are coming to fruition, or the moon, the full moon is revealing something to us, maybe that we've earned, good or bad, really. I don't know where I was going with that. So I'm using a spread that I created for these readings. I also do witching unboxing videos. That's where I was going with that. So, random tarot readings. I don't just use zodiacs. So, current events, and I talk about magical stuff. So, if that's your thing, stick around, see if you like the vibe. And if you do, subscribe. All right. So what has Leo got going on for this full moon? With this spread, we're looking at what is approaching the full moon. We have a card representing the full moon, and then what energy that's bringing along. So let's see what Leos are working with. All right, leading up to the full moon, we have the Page of Rods and the Queen of Cups. How very interesting. So this has an age dynamic to it. So this, usually the court cards are people. Not always. They could be energies that represent you, energies that you are embodying at the time. But we have a queen and a page here, different suits, but they are looking at each other. The page would be somebody young. So this could also represent a youthful nature within you. And then the Queen of Cups is someone a little bit more mature, and has a lot of experience. So, with it being fire and water though, so we have the fire energy here and the water energy here. So we have a page who's young, representing youthful, I've got hair everywhere, youthful energy, but in that passionate, fiery, motivated sense, right? So this is more of an action card. So this page is like ready to get in there and learn some stuff. The page is an apprentice. So they are learning. They're in the beginning stages of their journey. Like think of like not a high school freshman, maybe like a college freshman, okay? As far as the journey aspect of it is. But being the queen and the page together, I'm really kind of feeling like a mother-son dynamic, just because of the like feminine masculine energy, but that could be either gender for either one, if that makes any sense. So then we have the Queen of Cups, who is, she's ruling, she's matured, she has experience, so she's allowed to direct things, but she uses her heart to do so. She guides with feeling. That's what I see like leading up. So I see possibly a dynamic between a young person and an older person. So this could be your parent or your child, however that works out for you in your situation. But I feel like I don't feel necessarily conflicting energy other than the fact that they are looking at each other. They're not looking away, so that's probably a good thing. But it's almost like they're kind of coming together. But the way this page is looking at this stick is like, what can I create out of this? And the mother energy here that I'm getting, this queen, is looking over the cup. She's not looking in the cup or at the cup. She knows what's in the cup. And she is looking to where she can, it's almost like she's looking at where she can impart her nurturing wisdom. So that's kind of interesting. So whichever you fall into between those two energies, there may be the counterpart that you're dealing with as well. Let's look at your full moon card. Now we have the Emperor. What is going on here? So the Emperor is like the ruler, the counterpart to the Empress, who has like that feminine energy. The Emperor has that like ruling masculine energy, is a little higher than the king, right? He rules over the kings even, I guess, kind of. I mean, it's a different type of king. We're not getting into the historical, factual, whatever labels. There we go. But notice on his head, like he's got that eagle eye, right? Like we have an eagle here as well. We're like looking eagle-eyed, and he is looking in the same direction as the queen. I'm going to hold all three of these up. He is looking at the same. So this is how the spread looks, okay? So he is looking in the same direction as the king, also, or the queen, also looking off into the distance. Where this guy, the like, it's almost like he doesn't know. The page doesn't know what to go do yet. The queen and the emperor are trying to guide. So I feel like this emperor energy is more of guidance energy. So I feel like this full moon is bringing in a little bit of that guiding. Now, either this could mean, and we'll look at the rest of the cards, but this could mean that. You are doing the guiding, or you need to be guided in some way. So you could be exhibiting this page energy, and there may be some like a queen and an emperor kind of like guiding you, almost parental figures. They're not a matched suit or even in the same realm, because the emperor is a major. They're not a court card, so he's a little bit above that, but yeah, overall kind of getting like mom, dad, kid energy here. Let's see what this emperor brings with him. The Fool. And another page. The Page of Cups. This is so interesting because the Fool... Now I'm going to give you the top 3 cards here. The Queen, the Emperor... Oh, shit. Let's do it that way. They're all looking in the same direction. I'm hearing the word misdirection. If you've ever seen the movie Swordfish with Halle Berry and John Travolta... there's a little chatter about misdirection. So I feel like with that Fool energy, like maybe there's somebody is being guided in either the wrong direction with that Fool energy, but that's also a trusting energy. So, and then on the bottom of the spread, opposed from each other, we have these 2 pages. So that the pages are coming in with inexperience. The Fool also inexperience. So I'm kind of getting a split possibilities here. So let me play out 2 scenarios for you. Scenario number 1, you are doing the guiding and you need to guide someone. There is someone in your life that requires guidance. But you need to make sure that you are guiding in the right direction. And with this Fool energy, it's almost like there's like a group. We have the Fool and the Emperor, both major arcana cards. So this is something big. This isn't your day-to-day stuff. This is something that's a little bit more personal growth, I guess. So however that plays into your life. But okay, so scenario number 1, you're doing the leading, the guiding. You have an eagle eye. You're looking off in the distance. You have like keen eyesight on what is far ahead, where the Fool doesn't know what he's jumping into, or they. The Fool doesn't know what they're jumping into. This is a leap of faith. The Fool can also be a more inexperienced energy with these pages. So it could be that there is just someone in your life that is taking a leap of faith, and you're trying to get them to not take that leap of faith. The other scenario number 2, is that you need this guidance. You maybe have this Page and Fool energy, this inexperienced, naive energy that you need this Emperor for. So relating to the new moon or the full moon this weekend, I feel like there is some Emperor energy showing up as a guide almost, as someone who can see farther out into the future than you can. Not like in a psychic sense, but in a maybe pattern recognition sense, or in a I've been there, done that sense. But I feel like this full moon could be bringing somebody into your awareness that can help either you through this new path that I feel like you're taking. But there's no paths in any of these cards. Normally you would see like a path, like a pathway, or like even you can see behind him is just kind of desolate. And then behind her, we have just some calm water. There's not really a path to be taken. So it's almost like it's unseen path, right? And behind him, there are mountains. There's nothing behind him that we can see. So, yeah, so that scenario number 2 is where you're needing that guidance. And I feel like this full moon brings that energy into your awareness. where maybe you can trust yourself a little bit more and maybe allow yourself to take that leap of faith, but in a guided way. So there may be somebody that can offer advice for this new path. But, I say path because the page is the beginning of a path of learning or gaining experience, and the Fool is just like diving in head first, don't know what's going to happen, but you're going to do it anyways. And that's kind of how we learn our lessons sometimes. A lot of people learn to swim by just jumping in. So that's kind of what I'm feeling for this full moon is either you are the guide or you're in need of guidance. And I feel like this full moon brings that into your awareness, or at least brings an awareness of, being able to trust like things around you, because this Fool doesn't need to trust himself. The Fool is already gonna do it. Like he's trusting in the net, like the saying, leap and a net will appear. That's trusting that things are going to work out for you. Trusting that this path that you take is right for you. So it's more about trusting the surroundings, trusting what's at the edge of the cliff after you leap off. It's trusting your surroundings, trusting, maybe even learning to trust the people around you. Okay. But I feel like there's just a lot of people energy. There's not really activities per se, but there's just people around you for this weekend and leading up to the next lunar cycle, which I think is, oh geez, somewhere around like the mid-February. But yeah, that's what I have for your full moon reading. If this resonated, please give it a like, and I will see you in the next one. Always remember that the magic you seek is within you. Have a blessed day.